Welcome to Simplified Triple Studies. In this video, I will be discussing different methods of flow measurement. In the previous session, we have discussed about venturimeter, orifice meter, pitot tubes, electromagnetic flow meters, ultrasonic flow meter, thermal flow meters. In this video, I will be discussing what do we mean by wire anemometer. How do we measure the discharge or water flow by using or fluid flow by using wire anemometer. We'll have a brief discussion on wire anemometer. First of all, let's understand what do we mean by wire anemometer. What are the specialities of wire anemometer? Actually, wire anemometers are used to measure the flow rate and the direction of moving fluid. The main component of wire anemometer is a hot wire. What about the hot wire? Yes, the hot wire is made up of platinum tungsten. What is the diameter of that particular hot wire? It is actually 5 micrometer diameter. And also, it is a sensing element of this particular device. That is another speciality. You know that the connecting leads are connected to Wheatstone's bridge. In the anemometer method, we require a Wheatstone's bridge. You know that the fluid is passing through the heating element. So heating element is made up of platinum tungsten combination, which is having the diameter of 5 micrometer diameter. Okay, you know that due to the changes in temperature, the resistance of the platinum lead is also getting varied. It's a positive temperature coefficient of resistance. As the temperature increases, resistance also will be high. Okay, R is directly proportional to T. You can write the relation. R is directly proportional to T. As the temperature increases, then resistance also will be getting increased. That point you have to remember. Then connecting lead can be connected to the Wheatstone switch for the measuring the resistance. That's a key principle. And also the flow rate, change in temperature, then change in resistance of the connecting lead. That is what exactly happening in case of wire anemometer. You can able to see the typical representation of wire anemometer. So we can able to see the hot wire probe. It is made up of tungsten. Then the fluid flow will be going through this hot wire probe. As the temperature changes, the resistance of the wire also getting varied. And this is your galvanometer, and you can see the bridges Wheatstone bridge R1, R2, R3, and one more bridge. And this is your voltage source. Here G is the galvanometer, detecting galvanometer. Need to verify that whether the bridge is balanced or not. And V is the voltmeter. You can see the V is the voltmeter. Okay, so this is your hot wire bridge circuit, and you can able to see the response curve. In the response curve, we can able to see the EMF versus the V versus EMF. So that's a curve, E square versus square root of V. This is your response curve. Let me ask that how do you measure the flow rate by using wire anemometer? Okay, in case of wire anemometer, this is actually the probe is located at the center of the pipe with the direction of wire perpendicular to the direction of fluid flow. You are keeping the particular device such a way that the direction of wire, that is platinum wire, that is perpendicular to the direction of fluid flow. That is the first and the foremost thing you need to make out. How does it operate? Let us understand how does it work. Whenever the fluid passes through the hot element such as platinum wire, the temperature of the hot wire reduces, of course. Okay, because as the fluid changes, fluid passes through the hot element, the temperature get reduces. The change in temperature, that will affect the resistance. That means as the temperature reduces, obviously the resistance also will be reduced, because it's a positive temperature coefficient of material. Positive temperature coefficient of resistance material. So temperature and resistance both are directly proportional. That you have to remember. So connecting lead is placed to 1 amp of the Wheatstone switch. You know what is the working principle of Wheatstone switch? That platinum wire that has kept at 1 amp of the Wheatstone switch. Then do balance the bridge, saying that a galvanometer shows 0 deflection. You have to take the ratio. Okay, R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. Likewise, you have to take the ratio. Identify the unknown resistance of the connecting lead. You have to calculate the unknown resistance of the platinum wire. And also high flow rate temperature of the hot wire comes down, less resistance value, because as the temperature what I can say, as the temperature reduces, the resistance also comes down. That's the key principle that you have to understand, because we are using the platinum wire. As the temperature reduces, definitely the resistance also will come down. then you can able to calculate the resistance. Okay, that means the flow rate that will be depending on the value of platinum wire resistance. That's a key principle. However, we can able to say that there are two modes of operation in wire anemometer. What are the two modes of operation? Can you please tell me? Yes, there are two modes of operation. The first one is known as constant current method and the another one is known as constant temperature method. Let's understand what do you mean by constant current method. Consider the diagram. You can able to see a diagram. Here please identify the V-stone split circuit. Here you can able to see the V-stone split circuit. There are 4 amps which has been connected. There is a battery source, then there is a variable resistance. Now one of the arm is connected with the heat wire. Okay, the gas flow or fluid flow will be taken place to the conduit, and where the one of the arm is connected with directly to the heat wire. Heat wire is actually made up of platinum, which is having positive temperature coefficient of resistance. The pipe is having conduit or pipe is having inlet and outlet. So where the inlet gas flow or fluid flow will be taken place, from the outlet you will be collecting the fluid. Okay, so here what is the speciality? So in the constant current method, the anemometer is placed in the stream of the fluid whose flow rate need to be measured. That is what exactly happening here. In this method, current maintain the constant. Okay, constant current will be passing through the particular wire. Here especially constant current need to be passed to the particular platinum wire. The V-stone switch is also kept constant voltage. According to V-stone switch, it's also keeping the voltage constant. When the wire is kept in the stream of the liquid, in case the heat is transferred from the wire of the fluid, the heat is directly proportional to the resistance of the wire. The here current is kept constant with respect to change in the gas flow or fluid flow. The wire resistance is getting varied. Okay, now we are going to measure the V-stone switch principle. The V-stone switch measure the variation of the resistance which is equal to the flow rate of the liquid. Please underline the statement. The V-stone switch measures the variation of the resistance which is equal to the flow rate of the liquid. The changes in resistance that is directly proportional to the flow rate Q of the particular liquid. So R is directly depending on the discharge for Q. So this is what exactly happening in case of constant current method. Here you are going to keep the current which is passing through the platinum, which is constant, platinum wire. Current through the platinum wire is kept constant. As the changes in resistance of the wire, as the changes in temperature, the resistance will be varied. With respect to variation of the resistance, you will understand the flow rate. R is directly proportional to discharge. So this is the way how constant current method is applicable. I hope you understood how about the flow measurement. So this method is known as constant current method. Now I will discuss about the constant temperature method. So I will be moving on to the next part. According to constant temperature method, so look at the circuit diagram. Here one of the arm is occupied with the platinum. Here the temperature of the particular wire is getting constant. But when the gas flow takes place, when the fluid flow takes place, what is going to happen? The temperature comes down. Obviously the temperature comes down. So what you are supposed to do is, with the help of the voltmeter, you are providing the suitable supply such that the temperature of the particular platinum wire is trying to maintain constant. That means with respect to water flow, the temperature is coming down. So but since it is a constant temperature method, you are trying to apply a constant voltage to maintain the temperature constant. I hope you understood. Okay, here temperature is getting constant. So but with respect to the water flow, temperature comes down. To compensate that maintaining the temperature constant, you are supplying a sufficient amount of voltage. As you apply the sufficient amount of voltage, current is going to pass through the particular coil such that the temperature of the particular platinum wire is getting constant. How much voltage you applied to maintain the constant, that is equal to the fluid flow, that means gas flow. In this arrangement, wire is heated by the electric current. The hot wire, when placed the fluid stream, the heat transfer from the wire to the fluid, that will be happening. Thus the temperature of the wire changes with respect to changes in the resistance. It works the principle that temperature of the wire remains constant. The total current required to bring the wire in the initial condition is equal to the flow rate of the gas. Actually, how much you applied the voltage to maintain the temperature constant, that is equal to flow rate.